Okay, but they're located within that town?
Towns that abut us right now, Reading, Middleton, Linfield, Andover, Wilmington, and Reading, all have fire department ambulance services.
Right.
Is that what you're asking?
Yes, but, so do they not have action available to them
No.
as well? I mean, because supposing we had 3 emergencies from 3 different towns and they had to be covered, Wakefield wouldn't be able to cover all of it.
No, we'd call, well, our second ambulance would be from Reading, our third ambulance would be from Wilmington, depends on which side of the town it would be on.
There's
Okay.
mutual
We all
aid.
back each other, mutual aid agreement.
Right,
If they have an ambulance call that they need us to go, we go to them. If we need somebody, they come to us.
but that's our service. I mean,
We
that's the
swap back
town
and
service,
forth.
right. But if you had to go to the private service, you had to reach out to the private service, are there enough of them around to,
Sure.
okay,
And we already do. We
We
already
already-
have action.
right,
Action's already in
No, but I
place.
think the point Jeff was making was, as more and more people move to ALS,
Right.
then the business for Acton diminishes, but we
Right.
discussed that.
Okay.
The point is that they do all this private,
Right.
and this emergency service is a small percentage. The feeling was it wasn't gonna be an impact or anything we had to be too concerned with.
right, okay, well, that's good.
So about where I was getting, with my question was, just to make sure I understand it, being the newbie. So I don't see you to have one up here for North Reading. So we just use this slide, just to help me keep a comparison.
North Reading has
Four
4 men per
groups.
shift.
4 men, and
Four
so
groups.
if we're taking this one here, it'd be 4 groups, so manning of 4, not 6, right?
Right.
That would be the difference. We have 16 full-time firefighters, basically, that make up that 4 groups.
Right.
And then we do it 7/24, right? And let's see, 7 man per shift, 3 paramedics. So how are we structured for that bullet?
We only have
What-
EMTs at this
We only
point.
are doing
Only have
EMT at the moment.
We
We're
have-
talking about.
Well, that's,
how
I
do
just
we
wanna
get
make
there?
sure I understand.
We do currently have 1 paramedic and an intermediate paramedic on the
Hold
department.
on, I didn't know that.
We'll get down to,
Yeah.
almost at the end of the presentation, there's kind of a chart of
Yeah.
the number of.
Am I jumping ahead is what you're telling me?
You're jumping ahead.
No, but it's a good question, though. Good
Well,
question.
I just wanna
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's fair
I
enough.
said it's
Compare
gonna
and
go
contrast,
slow,
there's nothing
so-
wrong with that, I'm with you.
I'm a visual
Yeah.
person, I
No.
just needed to see it.
Okay?
Okay, go on, I'll be quiet. You can get-
No.
Just as an aside, the reason you pick these communities to,
Well,
Look at-
in part because we had volunteer resources that came to talk to us.
that's helpful.
Comparative analysis.
I think it's one of them.
Yeah, they volunteered to come and help. Yeah. But I mean, we're not,
They did an excellent job.
yeah, right. I'm just saying, I mean, we're not comparable to Amesbury. Amesbury's larger.
No,
Reading is, population-wise, much larger.
yeah.
And again, area-wise, I'm not sure. We
We're
have
trying to get a contrast of what other people were doing, not
Right.
so much as comparing them to our size.
Yep.
And obviously, at our size and the number of staffing we have, I think what we're doing fits best.
Yeah.
And adding ALS into this thing allows us, as we get down to the end of the.
Yeah, and again, if you have commercial, large commercial base, obviously, the calls might be more.
What we basically did was we brought in people that started out as EMT-based fire services in the beginning. We transformed into ALS services. These people brought from EMS, from EMT to ALS in their respective departments. And then we brought some people from, gentleman from Mercantile. He was an outside agency, completely has nothing to do with, well, he's not a firefighter. He does the ambulance work with the city of Cambridge. He does work, interact with the fire department and so forth there. But he has his own company. We try to bring people in here who would say, well, when I was here, I started as Cataldo Ambulance Service, and this is how we transformed the town of Linfield, for instance. The gentleman who's over there, Mike Feinberg, he was a Cataldo supervisor, working as a Cataldo person. Cataldo could not make it in Linfield. Basically, the town picked up the service, turned it over to the fire service, and then he came on board and brought the fire service to ALS. So he showed us how we did it and how it was transformed. The same thing with the Reading and Amesbury. Those people that came from out of the private sector into the fire service and transformed their respective departments into the ALS departments. And how we could do that, and be the best way for us to do it.
Is that? So I thought someone might ask the question, what is basic life support? And that's, by the way, when we talk about emergency service, we're talking about, in North Reading currently, BLS, basic life support, which includes advanced first aid, automatic defibrillation, medication administration of aspirin, oxygen, I can't pronounce it.
Epinephrine?
Epinephrine, auto injection, and albuterol. And then advanced life support, which is what we're talking about moving toward. There'd be 12-lead cardiac monitoring, intravenous therapy, advanced airway procedures. Paramedics have approximately 40 different medications that they may administer. Intravenosus infusion and cardiac defibrillation. That's the difference, of which there's approximately, how many hours, Barry, of training required to get there?
It's over 1,000, right?
Yeah, it's 12 to 1,500. So we're gonna go forward, we're gonna learn that, there's a value in our hiring cycle of hiring an ALS and then training, sending them off to fire school versus bringing in a trained fireman and sending them off to ALS. Some of the historic data we used, most of these charts and forthcoming slides, the BLS calls between FY 2003 and 2008, and the average was about 358 calls a year. And then ALS calls from the same period, the average was around 349 calls per year, pretty much the same. And if you looked at it from year to year, you would see that they bounce around a little bit, but they're in that same ballpark. BLS revenue for FY 2009 is another slide. And what's interesting is we charged $314,000 in charges for BLS. We were allowed, Bill goes to the insurance company, they allow a certain amount, $222,717. And what we really collected was $207,145. So some of that may be people didn't pay, or other adjustments that took place that you'd have to really dig down deep to find. But we ended up using that particular set of information to develop the revenue plan going forward. One is that it was easy to say, well, this is the same mix for the ALS. Because, you know, when we look at the ALS let's move ahead first. So the BLS calls, these are the numbers by year, by month. And the average is 357. I think on the other slide it had 358, but I made an adjustment, didn't carry it on the slide.
Those are years in the black column up above?
Yes.
Those are years 2003 through 2008.
Yeah, mine's black
Yeah,
too.
it's pretty dark.
Yeah, dark blue doesn't show up too well. Should have made it.
Photocopy's even worse.
Yeah.
Any questions about that?
I thought it was redacted.
No, it's not you.
And then the ALS was 347, and you can see the numbers don't vary too much from the BLS. So this is probably the most interesting slide. And the headings, if you can't read it, is the number of calls. Oh, first is the insurance carrier, Blue Cross, Medicaid, other insurance, which would be insurances like Blue Cross. You know, in other words, full payer insurances. Medicare, where it says patient, that would be someone without insurance. The next column is what was billed. and the average per call. And the column after that is what was approved. And this is where it gets very interesting, because if you look, let's look at Blue Cross, for example. We billed 58, and they approved 55,982. Not a big deal. But look at Medicaid and Medicare. So basically, what's going on is the federal government and these programs are paying a lot less, and as a result, the hospitals are forced to raise
Wow.
their billing for people with insurance. And it's getting worse because this fiscal year, Medicare cut their rates by 8%. And I think they put a little back, but that's problematic. So in the analysis here, and as I go forward, one of the things, when we raise our rates, we don't collect another dime more for Medicaid, Medicare. And that had to be taken into account in the financial model. Any questions?
Did you actually back it down, or did you leave it alone?
I didn't adjust the 8% number. We're in it right now. I didn't think it mattered very much. But it is something to consider.
Yeah, only because of the aging population and the more people that are gonna be
Right. But there's
utilizing that.
any more questions on this slide? Anybody? So, this proposed rate schedules, have BLS emergency rate, BLS non-emergency base, ALS emergency base, and ALS 2 emergency base. And then we have mileage, and we have a number of other items which were a la carte items that in the proposed new schedule, there, I think the next column is Medicare, what they pay. And the column after that is, our current rate schedule.
Oh, I'm sorry, so the first column with figures in it is what?
2009 Medicare.
Medicare?
It's a current Medicare rate.
Okay.
And then the next one's the current rate.
Right. And then the one on the far right is the
Proposed?
proposed rate.
As they reviewed
Notice
it.
we were proposing, this has been proposed, doing away with the a la carte. Questions about the rate schedule? I think that's been before the board.
Yeah, but I think what we were asking about was the
Those-
incidents as far as the à la carte, and were we really
Yeah,
looking at
very-
giving up?
Yeah, it's very hard to really get to the bottom of that number, so I kind of just glossed over it for the time being and kind of made a projection of revenue based on the proposed rates and not looking back at the a la carte. We can come back to that. for
What's
discussion
ALS
if you
2?
like. ALS 1 and 2, Barry?
Different, you have different rates for different skills performed. An ALS 2 patient would be one that required more invasive procedures.
So in that list that you had provided us earlier, those procedures are in that list of ALS?
Yes.
But it would be,
Maybe
you're
we-
talking about maybe even a combination.
Yeah, it would be a combination.
Combination, okay.
Somebody in cardiac arrest would get an advanced airway, they might get cardiac defibrillation,
Okay,
they'd get an IV, some medication.
I got it now. Thank you.
Okay. So. This set of tables, on the current BLS rates, this is an extraction from that slide, the earlier slide, which had a breakdown. Just what I've done is I've combined non-Medicare, meaning the Blue Cross plus the other insurers. And